Hey guys, it's me, it's your best friend, it's Carbot. Last week I was at PAX for the 20th StarCraft anniversary panel, and that was really cool. Blizzard asked me to be a part of it along with a couple other community members, and so that was a huge honor. It was also a huge honor, as always, to talk to you guys. You guys were able to ask questions, and also after the panel, for those of you who come up to me and say hi, I really appreciate that because you guys are the reason why the cartoons are popular. You guys are the reason why I have a job, basically. So thank you, man. Thank you. And I also really enjoy talking to you guys. But that's not why I'm making the video today. I'm actually making the video because Deckard Cain was announced. Deckard Cain was announced for Heroes of the Storm. And that was really awesome because we made an It'd Be Cool If of Deckard Cain like 2 years ago now. So because of that, I actually got a lot of questions. Hey man, what do you think of Deckard Cain? Kind of similar to your It'd Be Cool If, eh? Don't you think? And I was like, I guess. I mean, after all, we're talking about the same character, right? So, I mean, there's bound to be similarities. But it made me think, okay, maybe I should just do like a comparison / review of the character. After all, I did get to play the demo that they had for Deckard Cain at PAX. So here it is, my review for Deckard Cain officially in Heroes of the Storm. So first off, the first ability is Healing Potion. And he gets to throw up to 5 healing potions on the ground, and any ally or Deckard Cain can consume that healing potion by just touching it. I really like this ability. My first impressions were like, oh, that's great. He's a support character. There's no characters that have just like a healing potion to drop around. It's really cool because it has a lot of healing utility because you could drop it into one lane and then go into a different lane. Depending on how you drop it, maybe make like a potion trail. So then like when you need to retreat from a certain area, there's this whole potion trail that your allies or you can take, and you're constantly being healed. You can also just chuck it right at the target to heal them right away. But and Deckard Cain can just chuck it at himself as well. So it's I would describe it as a utility healing ability. So I really like that ability. And also it works for Deckard Cain because I can see him like giving potions to, the heroes to fight the eternal conflict, The next ability, Horadric Cube, didn't quite sit super well with me at first. I mean, because it didn't really feel Horadric Cube-y. What it does is you chuck the Horadric Cube, which is something funny that I feel like Cain wouldn't do, is throw a sacred artifact. But you chuck it at the enemies, and then it bursts into a square AoE, which slows people. So right away I was like, that doesn't feel very Horadric Cube-y. So I felt like maybe if it pulled them in, but that's kind of like some other abilities. But yeah, so it didn't really feel Horadric Cube-y to me. So I didn't really like it at first. However, after playing the demo, I realized all these talents that went with it really gave it the Horadric Cube feel. It has 3 talents that for gems. One of them is a ruby gem, the sapphire gem, and then the emerald gem. And so activating, when you get these talents, you can get them all, by the way. They're all different tiers. And once you get them all, or one of them, you can activate it, and your next Horadric Cube do something a little different. So the ruby one will, if you hit heroes with it, depending on how many heroes, it'll drop a bunch of smaller healing potions. The sapphire, I believe, slows enemies more. And then the emerald prevents healing, which is perfect because the ruby in Diablo 2 would often give hit points, or I think you could create healing potions in the Horadric Cube with it. The sapphire would do like cold damage, so it would slow enemies down if you put it into a weapon. And then the emerald would poison people, and you can kind of liken that to the whole prevent healing thing. And I really like that. I think those talents really made the Horadric Cube for me, and it made it much more satisfying. But it also made it more satisfying when playing the character when considering the next ability, because it was kind of like a 1-2 punch. Horadric Cube and Scroll of Sealing. And the Scroll of Sealing is his E. And basically, I like this ability because it made sense. Like, it kind of like, I could see a magical scroll doing this, I guess. It draws a triangle on the ground, and then once the triangle is complete, boom, and then your feet are sealed to the ground and you can't move. That's what it does. So if you slow them with the Horadric Cube as the Scroll of Sealing is drawing the triangle, they'll definitely get rooted to set up for your other allies to beat the crap out of them. So out of these three basic abilities, the Herodric Cube didn't sit well with me at first, but after playing them, I understood why mechanically and gameplay-wise, why it was the way it was, and I really loved the talents that went with it. It really added to the flavor and the lore of the Herodric Cube, and so I really appreciated that Blizzard did those talents. And the kit as well it works really nicely together as a support. He's got good CC, that's crowd control by the way, and good healing, utility healing too, which is really awesome. Up next is the trait, which I forget what it's called. It actually is kind of similar to the trait that we thought of, which is, well, actually no, the ability, I don't know. Anyway, kind of similar to what we thought of, which is Deckard Cain is empowered when he's near allied heroes. So the trait is that he gains 10 armor and his spell cooldowns are reduced by 50%, or not reduced by 50%, or sped up by 50%. That's actually different. When he's close enough to an allied hero. So that really works for Deckard, and we thought of something similar to that too, because he's kind of, you escort him around. He's a valuable character and person with valuable information, but he can't hold his own, so he's got to be protected. So that in itself is perfect for Deckard. I actually kind of like ours better though. I like the idea of, I think because it's funny and it'd be fun to play, but ours was like he couldn't be attacked by minions, mercenaries, or towers or anything. He can only be attacked by enemy heroes. But if you activate the trait, to be escorted by one of your allies, then Cain becomes protected. He's invincible until that ally dies. So Cain is always, if you're active with your trait, he's always the last one standing. But he would be like super weak, super fragile. So if he's on his own, he's screwed. But if he's not, he's untouchable. He won't be touched until the other allies die. I really like that because then he's not being attacked at all until no one else is left. But it probably is way too much for a hero. But so yeah, we got a similar version, a little bit more watered down, and he can cast his abilities a lot more when he's with allies. I also think it would have been really funny to watch him, if he did have our trait that we thought of, to watch him like attack a fort, and the fort doesn't retaliate, or attack the boss, and the boss just sits there and doesn't retaliate. Does such piddly damage, and no one retaliates. He can eventually take down anything. It takes a long time. So I think that's hilarious, but that's not happening. So now we come to the two alts. One of them is Stay a While and Listen, which is it's one of the alts that we thought of. Except it's in a cone and it can sleep everyone in that cone, all enemies. So if you don't know what it does, he tells a story, he pulls out his book, tells a story, and then everyone in the area cone, it falls asleep, all enemy heroes. And once they're hit, they wake up. This is it's a fantastic one. My first viewing on it, I loved it. Playing it is more awesome. There's some utility there. You can just sleep the enemy team, and then if you're coordinated, you can just walk up to whatever enemy hero you want to, and you're like, okay, let's kill this one and then that one. You can probably kill two heroes before the other three wake up. Like it can be so strong with coordination. It also, I found while playing, you can, like, if the enemy team, I was playing against AI, so take this with a grain of salt, but if the enemy team is like trying to get the boss and you're waiting for your team to get there, you can like you can really mess them up by like doing Stay a While and Listen, and it messes them up with the boss because the boss could slam them or root them or whatever. Just all the DPS just drops against the boss because all of them are sleeping. So it can stall them, plus the scroll ceiling and the Herodric Cube can really mess them up if you poke while the enemy team's trying to get the boss. So there's a lot of utility there. Crowd control, lots of crowd control. It's really nice to see a support with so much crowd control. It's pretty fun. So I love the Stay a While and Listen alt. The level 20 talent actually is Respect the Elderly, which was the trait name for our It'd Be Cool If version. So thanks, Blizzard, for the little shout out there. I really love that. That was really exciting to see. And yeah, so there's that. And by the way, guys, if for anyone who thinks like, oh, they took your ideas, Carbot, Maybe we had some influence. Maybe we didn't. Obviously they did a little shout out there with that name. But either way, I think Blizzard is influenced by the community at large, because we all throw in ideas. We all contribute these ideas. There are tons of Cain concepts that I'm sure had some sort of influence by other people. And I think the community does have awesome ideas. Blizzard knows that, and I think Blizzard is active with looking at the forums and the Reddit posts and what have you, and being like, oh, this is kind of neat. Let's try this out and see if we can improve on it, and maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. And we definitely do to some degree contribute as fans. So with that said, the next alt, Lornado. I'm sorry, but I did not. I didn't really like when I first saw it. I was like, really? So it's an April Fool's joke from back in the day for Diablo 3 before it released. The April Fool's joke was a class, the librarian, the archivist, and you do Lornados. They're tornadoes with pages and books, like Page Master, would happen and push people around. And so that's the alt, is he creates a Lornado. It's vector, so you can direct which way it goes, and it knocks people around. And I didn't like it at first because, one, I feel like the tornado mechanic could go with somebody who could maybe summon tornadoes. I don't know who, but it could be a really cool mechanic for a hero that is like uses wind or tornadoes. And I felt like there could have been something else that could have worked with Deckard Cain for an alt. But then I played it. And I played the alt, and man, it's fun. So that's why it's in there. It's really, really fun. It only has a 30-second cooldown, and you can zone people out. You're trying to get the tribute or whatever, the whatever it is, the objective. You can push people away. They're trying to retreat. You can pull them back, basically. You can lock down whole hallways. You can mess up melee characters trying to attack. You can disturb a lot of crap. It's really fun. You can do it every 30 seconds, basically every fight. So it's a really fun alt. And the level 20 talent, I forget what it's called, but it reduces the cooldown. Listen to this. Reduces the cooldown of Lornado by 5 seconds or 5 or 6 per hero hit. So it's a 30-second cooldown. So you just need to hit 6 heroes to completely annihilate the cooldown. Five heroes. Sometimes there's 6 if you have Misha and the Vikings and like clones like Nova or Samuro and stuff like that. But yeah. So, but 5 heroes, reduce it by 25 seconds. That's if you hit all 5. But yeah. So when I was playing against computers, there was a time where I almost had 3 Lornados up. The first Lornado died right as I casted the third Lornado. But I'm sure there's going to be times where you can get 3 up. So I'm really excited to see this in gameplays, in like WTF moments and stuff like that. It's going to be really exciting. It is crazy. If you hit those heroes, and they can be hit multiple times, by the way. They can keep being pushed by that same Lornado. So, it's called Mornado. That's what it's called. So it's pretty ridiculous. It's super fun. You can get a lot of them off. If they're stuck in a corner or like this little thing, you can get tons of hits in and constantly cast. I'm pretty sure you can get more than 3. I want to see. This is a challenge to all of you. How many Lornados can you get up? Anyway, so the other level 20 talents, one was like a Heroic Cube talent where it allow you to apply a gem activation basically every Heroic Cube throw, which is a lot of utility. And this character has a high skill ceiling and coordination and skill ceiling. Setting up those potions and stuff like that is really crucial to the support mechanic of the character, especially because there's a talent where if the healing potion is sitting there for like 5 seconds or 10 seconds or something like that, it turns into a greater healing potion, which rewards you for setting up your healing potions beforehand. So it's yeah. So there's planning, there's setup, there's coordination with this character. Perfect for Deckard Cain. I really like the hero design. Anything that didn't quite sit well with me, whether it be like, oh, I don't know if like I feel like there could have been something better with that, or lore wise or whatever, definitely sat well with me when I played the demo. And I'm not just saying that, it was really fun. That again, my favorite is the Lornado, which was the alt that I didn't like at first because, yeah, I already told you. But Stay a While and Listen is still super fun too. So I think you guys will have fun with this character. And it actually made me want to create more It'd Be Cool Ifs. We actually got over 100,000 views since the official announcement for Deckard Cain on our It'd Be Cool If Deckard Cain video. So we're going to make more videos, more It'd Be Cool If videos. And we got a couple of characters in the pipeline that we want to pitch and have some fun with. And again, it's just silly stuff. Whatever ideas that might resonate with Blizzard or might influence them, great. If it's all for nothing, we still had fun talking about a potential hero. So I know you guys enjoy it. You guys have talked about it and been wondering when the next It'd Be Cool If is coming out. I just haven't had time, but this has definitely made me want to make it a priority. So so we're going to do that. Maybe once a month. We'll see, though. So overall, review of Deckard, awesome character. You guys will enjoy him. He'll be coming out in the PTR in a couple weeks. So he's going to be officially released just after that. And I hope you guys, I want to see what you guys can come up with. I want to see like 4 or 5 Lornados. Somebody do it. So you guys can do it. I want to see a video of that. So please send me a video if that's the case. So thus concludes our video on Deckard Cain for Heroes. Thanks Blizzard for releasing him. Really love him. He's a great character. And guys, subscribe if you haven't. Like the video and share it. Let me know if you'd like to see more of these types of reviews for anything. I don't know. My thoughts on things. I put a speed animation of me animating Deckard Cain in the to watch as well. So I hope you enjoyed that as well. And we'll hang out this Friday watching the new cartoon. What is it? Is it StarCraft's cartoon this Friday? Yes, it is. It's a StarCraft's cartoon. That one is fun. So see you guys then. Best friends. All right. See you later. Goodbye. Have fun. Okay. Okay. Stay a while and listen. Stay a while. Stay a while.